weeks to go. 2 weeks today. By this time, in 2 weeks' time, I'll hopefully have finished. It's late in the evening, so I hope I'll have finished by then, regardless of what happens. This week has been alright, I think, in terms of training. Everything has gone pretty much to plan. It took me a bit longer to recover from the 32k last Sunday than I expected. I did a bike on Monday, Tuesday. No, I had a rest day on Monday. My legs were in bits. So the 32k, I did a lot more climbing and descending than is in the marathon profile, the London course, because I wanted to put some strength into my legs. The descending is a real bugger on your quadriceps, and yeah, I felt that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I was still feeling the quads from the coming down, not for the whole of 32k, but did I do 3 big climbs and 3 big descents, something like that. So yeah, I was a bit tender on Monday, had a rest, did a bike on Tuesday. Wednesday, I have a feeling I went out. Did I go out on Wednesday? For whatever reason, I had a rest on Wednesday as well. I think I did go out. Yeah, we went to the theatre. We went to see Back to the Future, which was pretty good. But there's no point in me recommending that to you because it finishes its run today. So yeah, Wednesday was a rest. Thursday was a long run. No, it wasn't. It was an easy run. But it was what am I talking about? Thursday was a speed run. And it was a long old speed run. It was a 12k tempo with 1.5k warm up and a 500 meter cool down. So 14k total, 12,000 meters of which was at a tempo, which for me was pretty slow compared to, again, normal people. But I managed to get that done, and I felt alright about it. I think I'm getting these days wrong. Monday rest, Wednesday rest, yeah. Tuesday bike, Thursday, right. Okay, so Tuesday was bike, Monday was a rest day, Wednesday was a rest day, Thursday was an 80-minute long recovery run, easy run. Friday was the 12k tempo with bits on either side, so another 14k. Saturday was a 40-minute recovery run, and today was a 99-minute and 59-second, which is weird, but that's the quirk that Coach Bennett likes to put in. So there's been less overall volume. Yeah, I think I'm up in the 40-ish kilometers. Less individual volume, but each of the runs this week has been quite chunky. And I think I said in the last video, if not, I'm pretty sure I said it while I was out running today, but I'm trying to, rather than just treat a taper as coming off the crest and resting, kind of freewheeling down into the marathon, I'm trying to, while the volume decreases, I'm trying to increase the effort and push my pace a little bit and try and push my fitness level, my I don't know, burst fitness, whatever you'd call it. Not that an hour and a half is a burst, but trying to increase endurance. So volume gets smaller, effort gets bigger. And while I don't obviously want to end up feeling knackered on the Sunday of the race, and I won't, because the second week of the taper is, or the third week of the taper, it is really quite light. I don't want to get there and be off my game as I think I was last year. So, and when I say I'm pushing the pace, I'm getting towards the realms of what might be a reasonably normal pace for a normal person. So off the really slow stuff and I'm going up into just about 7-minute kilometres, just under 7-minute kilometres for some of these longer runs this week, where prior to that I've been running 7:15, 7:30s. So I'm just trying to slowly push it up, and this week coming now my intention is to get into the mid to high 6-minute kilometres for the runs for this week. This is really boring, I do apologise. Why I'm doing this. Hi, I'm Gavin. I'm too old to run a marathon and I'm too slow to run a marathon. The clue is in the name of the channel. I am running this because I got a chance to, and why would you turn something like that down? B, because I tried to run it last year and I failed to run it all, and I know that's not, you get around the course, you've done the marathon, it doesn't matter whether you run, walk, whatever. For me personally, I want to be able to run it all. So this is payback this year. And C, I'm running it. I'm fortunate enough to be able to run it for my own charity, which is Achalasia Action, and that was formed by a group of us who are achalasia sufferers, who have either experienced poor diagnosis, long-lasting, long-running diagnosis, lack of effective treatment, and just general misery that the condition causes. I'm not going to go into what it is, I've done that in a previous video. There is a link to the Achalasia Action website down below this. Please, if you're interested, do take a look. We put a video together, we had a video commissioned late last year, which has now been released. We've premiered it. We're waiting for maybe film festivals and stuff to get out of the way before we freely release it onto the internet, but once we do, I'll put links in here as well, which explains a bit more about what it is, the impact it has, and the impact that the long-running and potentially incorrect diagnosis has on people. So it's not a common condition. It's something that can be very serious in terms of the knock-on effects, because it stops you from eating properly. And it also, because of the poor historical diagnosis, does have a high mental toll on people. So it's a good cause. I'm running for that charity. There is also a link down below to my Enthuse page. Please, if you have a few quid and you'd like to help us out and like to support people that are suffering from the condition, every little bit helps, and we'd be absolutely grateful, hugely grateful. I'm hugely grateful for your support. And that's probably about it. I'm going to put a clip in of my long run, which I did today, which was the 99 minutes and 59 seconds. And I've tried something new. I think I explain it in the run itself, but I've tried, I run with beats in my ear. I run with tunes in my ear, with the beats at specific BPM, rhythm, and I try to run on the beat. So effectively the beat of the music governs how fast my legs are turning, which kind of governs how fast I'm going. Not totally, but I just try and relax into that, and takes all the thought away from how fast I need to be going. Usually I just run at 160 or 165 or 170, depending on the type of run I'm doing. What I tried today was to split the run up into chunks and to do the first 30 minutes at 160 BPM, the next 35 at 165, and the final 35 at 170. So the idea being to run effectively a negative split and to let the cadence of the music inform the cadence of my running and therefore the speed of my running. It kind of worked. I did feel pretty strong at the end, although 170 is pretty quick of a turnover for me. I'm not used to that yet. So I'm probably going to try and do something like that for the marathon itself. I might not get up to 170, or I might save 170 for the last 40 minutes or something like that, just to give myself a boost. Yeah, I'm going to try it. I've got 16k this weekend, so I'm going to try it on a bit of a longer distance and see how I manage it, how it feels. But it was an interesting experiment. It seemed to work all right. I got a bit wet. Yeah, I think I have rabbited on for quite long enough for this video, and once again, thank you for your eyeballs, thank you for your support, and wish me luck. Tatty bye. Good afternoon. It is a 99-minute 59-second long run today. Do you like my headband? It's very possible that despite what you see behind me, I'm going to get very wet shortly. I will give you a view of what I'm looking at, and we'll see how we get on. Talk to you in a bit. 25 minutes in, running at 160 BPM at the moment. We're keeping I think fairly close to 7-minute kilometres, which is good. Trying something a bit different today, which is ramping my music up after every set time period. So I'm doing 30 minutes at 160, and the next 35 are going to be at 165, and the last 35 are going to be at 170, with the aim of keeping it relatively comfortable but just increasing the cadence. I've not got very wet yet, which is a bonus, but it is threatening. Right, I'm going to have a little energy gel in a moment and then get my feet moving faster. Speak to you in a bit. Why am I at a Dutch angle? Okay. 35 minutes. That's 165 done. Stepping up to 170. All okay so far. Heart rate is good. Feels tough though. And I have got a bit wet now. See you at the end. Hailstones! Ow! Well, at least it waited until I was nearly finished. Now I've just got to get cold and wet on the way home. 99.59 run done. Accelerated in terms of leg speed all the way through. I don't know about actual speed. I guess I'll see that when I look at the numbers. Feels alright though. Feels like I've got more in the tank. Bring it on.